In a small, picturesque village cradled by rolling hills, there lived a young woman named Amara. Amara was known for her gentle heart and her talent for painting, but she carried a secret that weighed heavily on her soul. She was deeply shy and afraid of being seen. She avoided crowds, kept her thoughts to herself, and never dared to share her art with anyone. Her fear of judgment and rejection kept her hidden in the shadows of her own potential. One day, the village announced a grand festival to celebrate the arrival of spring. The centerpiece of the festival would be an art exhibition where villagers could display their creations. Amara's friends encouraged her to participate, but the very thought made her heart race. What if they don't like my work? What if they laugh at me? She thought. Her fear whispered cruel doubts that made her want to retreat even further. But fate had other plans. That evening, as Amara sat by the riverbank sketching quietly, an elderly woman approached her. The woman was dressed in simple robes, but there was a glow of wisdom in her eyes. She introduced herself as Saria, a traveler who had journeyed far and wide. Saria noticed Amara's sketchbook and asked gently, "May I see your work?" Amara hesitated but handed it over reluctantly. As Saria flipped through the pages, her face lit up with admiration. "These are beautiful," she said. "Why do you hide them?" Amara looked down at the ground and murmured, "I'm afraid that people won't like them, afraid of what they'll think of me." Saria nodded knowingly and sat beside her. "Let me tell you a story," she said.
"Once," Saria began, "there was a baby eagle who lived in a cage. The cage was safe. It protected the baby eagle from storms and predators, but it also kept it from flying. The young eagle longed to soar in the sky, to feel the wind beneath its wings, but every time it thought about leaving the cage, fear crept in. What if I fall? What if I'm not strong enough? It wondered. One day, another eagle flew by and perched near the cage. It said to the caged eagle, "You were born to fly. The sky is waiting for you." The caged eagle replied, "But what if I fail?" The free eagle smiled and said, "What if you don't?" With that simple question echoing in its heart, the caged eagle decided to take a chance. It stepped out of its cage and leapt into the air. At first, it wobbled and faltered, but soon it found its rhythm. For the first time, it felt truly alive.
Saria looked at Amara with kind eyes and said, "Fear is your cage, my dear. It keeps you safe, but also keeps you small. The only way to overcome it is to take that first leap." Amara thought about Saria's story for days. She realized that the only thing standing between her and her dreams was her own fear, and that fear would never go away unless she faced it head-on. With trembling hands but a determined heart, Amara decided to submit one of her paintings to the festival exhibition. On the day of the event, she stood in the corner of the gallery, watching visitors examine her work. Her heart pounded as she braced herself for criticism. But something unexpected happened. People smiled as they looked at her painting. Some even praised it aloud. "This is breathtaking." "Who created this?" A warmth spread through Amara's chest as she realized that not everyone would judge her harshly. Some would appreciate what she had to offer. And even if there were critics, she had faced her fear and shared a piece of herself with the world. From that day forward, Amara began sharing more of her art and more of herself with others. Each time she stepped out of her comfort zone, she felt a little braver and a little freer. She learned that fear didn't have to disappear for her to act. Courage was simply choosing to move forward despite it. Amara's story became an inspiration in the village. People admired not just her art, but also her journey from hiding in fear to embracing life fully. Fear and shyness are like shadows. They grow larger when we turn away from them, but shrink when we face them head-on. The key is not waiting for fear to vanish, but taking small steps toward courage every day. And so, whenever you feel trapped by fear or shyness, Remember Amara's story and ask yourself, what if I don't fail? What if I fly?